Oh, I hope you guys are ready for this one. We are about to have so much fun because the ultimate establishment rhino, John Cornyn, in the Senate, the Republican from Texas, he now says that he was never involved in the gun control push through the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act. He never even heard of Joe Biden before, and no new gun control for Texans. I wonder if that has anything to do with the fact that he's 26 points down in the polling for Senate in Texas. Guys, the responses on this from the population are immaculate. Everything's going to be linked in the description box below. I cannot wait to hear what you guys think. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on, because every chance you have to poke the YouTube censorship algorithm right in the freaking eyeball, do it, obviously, and send this one out so you can take part in the absolute obliteration of John Cornyn. He deserves it. Gun control extraordinaire. Let's get it. Follow me at Braden LOA, where all this stuff is linked. All right, listen, guys. I came out swinging when John Cornyn was involved in the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act. And the reason that I came out swinging so hard was A, it was an abject betrayal. B, gave Biden his only gun control legislative win. C, he's the one that negotiated with Chris Murphy, Kirsten Sinema, Tom Tillis. Facts, all happened. We covered on this channel. But now he's backing it off. And also, he sent out multiple continuing resolutions when he figured out that it was gun control that he passed and it was hurting him politically in order to remove it. Same guy. But now he's saying, no, that never happened. Guys, you don't remember any of that. Do not look at me. It did not happen. All right, guys, this is going to be so much fun. Let's get into this. The internet is not having it. So Texas gun rights. Speaking of shooting, remember when you teamed up with Biden to spearhead gun control legislation at John Cornyn? That's from Texas Gun Rights. He said no, and the internet did not handle that very well. All right, let's get into this because he deserves every second of it. This guy needs to be rhino or primaried. All right, so the first exhibit that I would like to bring forward, because you guys did the work for me on the internet, it's incredible. All right, same thing. Here's the response. You can remove the Safer Communities Act from your website, commie, but you can't remove it from our memories. Here is the actual vote. Oh my God, John Cornyn. Yep, you voted for it along with the 15 other Republicans. Right there. Oh God, I love the internet because we're not going to take it anymore. We're like Twisted Sister. We're just not going to take it anymore. All right, here's another one. Same response. I'm telling you guys, this is insane. I've got another article at the end of this showing that I hope to God he's gone. You liar. You're an absolute coward and the worst kind of turncoat Republican. I am embarrassed that you're a Texan. You have no idea what's coming for you in the primary, and I cannot wait to see you driven out of the Senate. Again, this is all about I never did any gun control with Joe Biden. Well, here's the first little piece of evidence that this individual brings forward, Bipartisan Safer Communities Act, and here's the second one. This was fundamentally important, John Cornyn says. That's awkward. And again, he was partnering with, Chris Murphy, Mr. Gun Control in the Senate, to get this done. John Cornyn was tapped by Mitch McConnell to negotiate this whole thing. Everything from the Bipartisan Safe Communities Act, which empowered and funded the ATF, which put a blanket longer 10-day waiting period on 18 to 20-year-olds with their constitutional rights of gun rights, and was utilized to cut down on archery programs and any type of extracurricular in all of these rural states. John Tester found out the hard way in Montana because he did the same thing. Like, wait a minute, the gun control affects guns? Weird. And now he doesn't have a job. John Cornyn needs to go that same route. Wait until I show you the stuff in the actual article I'm going to hit, because this is crazy. Like, did you guys know that he was involved in $30 trillion of the $37 trillion debt? It's all happened while he's been in Washington. Yep. All right, here's another one. Brianna Morello, this is a big account. Allow me to jog your memory. Again, same thing. This guy is a liar. Trump slams Cornyn as rhino for bipartisan Senate deal on guns. 6/22/22. Let's keep on going. I got these for days. This is incredible. Texas Gun Rights responded as well. It says your website sure does. It's still up on cornyn.senate.gov under the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act. Guys, holy crap. Let's take the establishment rhino class, put them out to pasture, let them live on their pension. They can have all this amazing time. There's other rhinos out there. It's great. There's lots of grass for them to eat. Go away, because the new party's here. All right, let's continue on. It just never ends. All right, so again, same thing. This guy stepped in a hornet's nest on this one. Shooting News Weekly says, we remember, Senator, and we'll crawl over broken glass to vote against you in the primary. That's a statement, and I support it. U.S. Senate approves first major gun legislation since 1994, 1 month after the Uvalde shooting. Oh, look who's right there on the... Oh, my God, that's John Cornyn. Yeah, that's uncomfortable. But let's keep on going. He deserves every second of this. NAGR is getting in on the fight. No restrictions on law-abiding Texans, says John Cornyn. Red flag laws do not require an individual breaking any laws before they are subjected to police coming to their home and disarming them. Did you read your own bill? That's correct as well. Here's some more. John Cornyn getting all in the pro-2A rhetoric. No restrictions on law-abiding Texans except what you passed. Idiot. Dillhole. Traitor? Yeah, maybe. Let's just continue. And finally, to wrap up all the just flogging, Aiden Johnson from the GOA, what a brazen lie. It is a brazen lie because they think you're too stupid to remember stuff, which I know you're not. And that's why we're going to knock that guy so far out. What is happening in the... What is going on? Expedia? I didn't even click that. It doesn't matter. All right. Here we go. Don't like Ken Paxton? Yeah. Tell John Cornyn not to run. This is out of, I think it's Houston. MAGA Republicans find little to like in the Texas senator's record, but other candidates could step up. Yeah, this is from August 13th, all about John Cornyn and his record. Guys, this guy is an enemy to anyone who is a conservative who loves their country and stands for certain ideals. This guy is an establishment Washington, D.C. hack and a liar. All right, let's get into this a little bit. I got some feedback that people want me to zoom this in a little bit, and so I shall. Here we go. Polling shows that U.S. Senator John Cornyn is trailing Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton in the Republican primary, and it isn't hard to understand why. During his time as a powerful U.S. Senator, raising campaign funds from out-of-touch Washington lobbyists, Cornyn has voted for more wars and more debt. That's not what Texas conservatives want in office. Not anymore. War, debt, gun control. Waiting to find out which part of that aligns with the gun rights. All right. Meanwhile, the rest of us have to deal with broken vets, broken families, and a broken budget, one that has added roughly $30 trillion in debt since Cornyn first took power in Washington. He got hired at $7 trillion in debt. We just passed the $37 trillion mark. He was there for $30 trillion of it. Holy balls. All right, let's keep on going. Yet now, as Cornyn scrambles to salvage his career, he wants you to believe he's 99.2% MAGA. We can cherry-pick votes when Trump was in the White House, but the real test of conviction is what Cornyn does when the Democrats are in charge. Yes, exactly. He failed that test because he put out the Senate Bipartisan Safer Communities Act. He negotiated. He made it happen. He rallied the votes for it. Mitch McConnell told him to do it. He is guilty on charge. When the America First agenda needed defenders in the Senate, Cornyn's record told another story. A 54% Liberty score from the Conservative Review and a White House ceremony where President Joe Biden personally thanked him for helping pass a gun control bill. Wait a minute. John Cornyn said no, though. Here, let me zoom in here. So he said, he said no. Obviously, he didn't do it. He said no. Yeah. Biden thanked him for doing the bill. I swear. Don't believe it to lying eyes, people. He worked with Democrats to pass Biden's CHIPS and Science Act despite Trump's opposition. He cooperates so closely with Democrats that an extremist liberal like Dallas's U.S. Rep. Jasmine Crockett called him her best partner. Jasmine Crockett. If it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a freaking establishment rhino duck. For real Texas conservatives, however, he's about as unpopular as vegan brisket. You know what? That is an excellent way to say it. I'm going to zoom down to this end point right here. While Paxton's critics want to make the primary contest around values, they ignore Cornyn's own house of glass, like allegations covered by the Dallas Express that a key campaign staffer paid an escort via Venmo as if he was ordering takeout. Next to that, Paxton's divorce looks like a parking ticket. They're going to try to hit him on it. And then that's really the end of it. Honestly, the bottom line here, this guy is an abject liar. Liar, liar, pants on fire. And you in Texas need to kick him out. I will do everything that I can to kick him out. Him and Kustoff in Tennessee are pretty much on my enemy number one list because they're both gun control traitors. But John Cornyn, ladies and gentlemen, He did not do the thing that you saw him do. So make sure you vote for him so he can continue his plush and cush Senate job and remain in power. I know you guys won't let that happen. Make sure that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.